Hi guys, I'm here in South Australia today. I'm just coming back from a Senate inquiry into the closure of branches in the region. So I was in Kingston South Australia yesterday, and I'm on my way back to Adelaide today. But on my way back I thought I'd pull up and just show you the Coorong. Now I'm actually on the salty part of the Coorong below the barrages, but these lakes down here in the tip of South Australia are very shallow lakes, and as a part of the Murray-Darling Basin Plan, the idea is that farmers as far up as in Queensland and also in Victoria and New South Wales have to let so much water run down into these lakes. Now, as you can see in the background, the lake is very shallow, and it's the same above the barrages as well. These lakes are very shallow, which means most of the water that comes down here just sits in these very shallow lakes and evaporates, especially on a day like today where we're above 30 degrees. And this time of the year in South Australia is very hot and dry. So most of our wealth we allow to run down the Murray-Darling system and to end up in these lakes and evaporate into thin air. Now that sort of environmental management is sheer madness, and it's destroying the productivity of this country. It would be much better to just build some pipes from the salty part of the Coorong out into the ocean and let the actual salinity even out between it. And that's a very simple thing to do. But of course the Greens and Labor would much rather buy back water from the farmers so that it sends them broke, and then let it run downstream here where it sits in these very shallow ponds to evaporate. So just something to think about. The madness needs to end. Hi guys, I'm a bit further up the road at a town called Meningie, and behind me is Lake Albert. Now Lake Albert is a freshwater lake. It's different to the water we just saw about half an hour ago, or I just saw about half an hour ago, which was saltwater lake. So this water is above the barrages. The key point is you can still see that this is a very shallow lake, and the water behind you has come all the way from Queensland, New South Wales and Victoria, from all those important river systems up there, and it's been forced down here, and it sits here in the lake because the barrages lock it up here and it evaporates. So look at all this water. This is the wealth of the country evaporating into thin air, all because of the silly environmental laws imposed by Greens and Labor that somehow we've got to buy water back. And to think that some of this water would have actually come out of the Snowy Hydro Mountain Scheme, a scheme that was built 70 years ago in order to divert water inland so that we could irrigate inland Australia, and yet what we're doing is letting it run all the way down here and just evaporate. So, and I'm led to believe, I think it's about the same amount of water now is brought back by the Commonwealth Government as what is released by the Snowy Mountain Scheme itself. So that entire infrastructure program is pretty much redundant. And that is just the madness of the people who run this country. They are actually tearing down our infrastructure and letting our wealth evaporate into thin air. Have a long, hard think about that.
Authorised G. Rennick, LNP Chermside.